ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಈ ಹಿಂದಿನ ತರಗತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 12 ಅಂಕದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಈ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಗಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Now I am going to solve the problems on preparation of necessary subsidiary books for 12 marks. While I am reading the problem, while I am dictating the transactions, directly I go to the solution, that is a purchases book and purchases return book. See, prepare necessary subsidiary book from Shinde Traders. Date 2020 January 1st. Bought goods from Arathi rupees 50,000 on credit. Credit purchases from Arathi. This transaction is entered in the purchases book, that is Arathi rupees 50,000. Then on 4th January, Malini sold goods to us rupees 30,000. We have purchased the goods from Malini. This transaction also going to be recorded in the purchases book. Write up the date on the purchases book, date 4, write up the supplier name Malini, amount rupees 30,000. See, on 22nd, bought from Nalini at trade discount 10% rupees 20,000. We have purchased the goods from Nalini on 22nd January. Nalini given 10% trade discount to us. This should be recorded in the purchases book. Write up the date 22nd, Nalini, name of the supplier, write up the total value in the inner column 20,000 less 10% discount, that is 10% on 20,000 comes to rupees 2,000. The net value 18,000 is to be recorded in the purchases book. Then these are the 3 transactions which are going to be recorded in the solution part, under the head purchases book. After recording or after entering all the transaction with respective values in the purchases book, then you make up the total of the purchases book. The total comes to rupees 98,000. This is all how to prepare the purchases book. Next, subsequently, you have to prepare the purchases returns book. It's very easy to you in the examination. See, read the transactions. The transactions which are going to be recorded in the purchases return book, those transactions are only recorded in purchases returns book or in the book of return outwards. See, here on 12th, returned goods to Malini. We have purchased goods from Malini. Those goods, out of those goods, some goods are going to be returned. This transaction is recorded in purchases returns book. Write up the date 12, name of the supplier Malini, amounted to rupees 2,000. On 28th, goods returned to Arathi. Arathi supplied goods to us. Those goods are going to be returned to Arathi. Write up the date in the purchases return book, January 28, name of the supplier Arathi, rupees 1,200. Only these 2 transactions are to be recorded in the purchases returns book, and after entering the transaction with the respective values, make out the total. The total comes to rupees 3,200. In this way, you have to prepare purchases book, purchases return book. We have already prepared a purchases book and purchases returns book. Now we have to prepare the sales book and the sales return book from this problem. First, open the sales book by drafting the layout of the sales book and layout of the sales returns book. After drafting the layout, it would made easy to you record the transactions in the sales book and sales returns book. See here on sales book, we have to write up the credit sales which have been made to the customer. On 8th January 2020, sold goods to Bhuvan. This is the credit sale transaction. It is recorded in the sales book. Write up the date January 8. Name of the customer Bhuvan, rupees 60,000. And on January 15th, sold goods to Isha amounted to rupees 30,000. This is also the credit transaction which is recorded in a sales book. Write up the date 15, write up the name of the customer Isha, respective amount is rupees 30,000. Next, on 26th January, sold goods to Mala. I mean, we have supplied the goods to Mala. Then this is transaction is recorded in sales book. Write up the date on sales book 26, customer name Mala, rupees 25,000. Next, on 30th, sold goods to Karina at rupees 10,000 at a trade discount of 15%. See here, we have sold goods to Karina on credit by giving a trade discount 15%. Write up the date again in the sales book, January 30th, write up the customer's name, Karina, total value of the goods sold 10,000. Out of the 10,000, we have to deduct the discount amount at 15%. 15% on 10,000 comes to rupees 1,500. Deducted from amount, total value 10,000, then 10,000 minus 1,500, 8,500. After entering all the credit sale transactions in the sales journal, you total up the amount column. The amount column comes to rupees 1,23,500. After preparing the sales book, subsequently we have to prepare sales returns book. While preparing the sales returns book, when the goods are returned by the customers to us, those transactions are to be recorded in the sales returns book. Follow the same thing, write up the date first. In this problem, on January 20th, Isha returned goods rupees 4,000. I mean, we have supplied the goods to Isha. Isha returned the goods amounted to rupees 4,000. Date is 20. Customer name Isha, amount rupees 4,000. The same way, on 24th, returned goods by Bhuvan. We have already supplied the goods to Bhuvan, but some goods have been returned by Bhuvan to us. Date 24, name of the customer Bhuvan, rupees 2,500. Next, on 31st of January, Mala returned goods amounted to rupees 1,500. Here, this date is to be recorded in sales returns book, 31st January, name of the customer Mala, amount rupees 1,500. Follow the transactions carefully which have been recorded in the both sales book and sales returns book. Then after entering all the transactions in the sales returns book with respective amounts, total of the amount column, the amount comes to rupees 8,000. In this proper way, we have to prepare all the necessary 4 subsidiary books: purchases book, purchases returns book, sales book, sales returns book. Practice more on this topic. There should be a 12 marks question in your annual examination. Practice makes perfect. ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೇವೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಬರೀತೀರಾ. ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ 12 ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಈ ಲೆಕ್ಕದ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಲೆಕ್ಕವನ್ನು ಈ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಗಿಸಿಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. I would like to solve one more problem on this preparation of necessary subsidiary books. ಈ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಯರಿ ಬುಕ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುವುದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಲೆಕ್ಕವನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಪ್ರಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ. ಈ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ನಿಮ್ಮ NCERT ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕದ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 17. ಆ ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ 16 ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಗಳು ಬರ್ತದೆ. 16 ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಗಳು ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಈ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು 4 ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೇನೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ಹಿತದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ. ಮೊದಲು ನಾನು ಲೆಕ್ಕವನ್ನು ಡಿಕ್ಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಓದುತ್ತೇನೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆ ಲೆಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. This problem is given in your NCERT book, practice problem number 17. The problem involves with the 16 number of transactions, but I cut the 4 transactions because the transaction number is more. In the examination, 12 marks question is to be asked. Most probably 12 or 13 transactions to given to you in the problem. For those transactions, you have to prepare important and necessary subsidiary books. The problem is like this. The title of the problem, prepare proper subsidiary books. Date, February 2021. Goods sold to Sachin, rupees 5,000. Date 4. Purchased from Kushal Traders, rupees 2,480. Date 6. Sold goods to Manish Traders, rupees 2,100. Date 7. Sachin returned goods, rupees 600. Date 8. Return to Kushal Traders amounted to rupees 280. Date 10. Sold to Mukesh 3,300. Date 14. Purchased from Kunal Traders 5,200. Date 15. Furniture purchased from Tarun amounted to rupees 3,200. Date 20. Returned to Kunal Traders, rupees 200. Date 22nd. Return inwards from Mukesh, rupees 250. Date 24. Purchased goods from Kirith and Company, less 10% trade discount, rupees 5,700. Date 25th. Sold goods to Sri Chand, less 5% trade discount, rupees 6,600. This is the problem which has already been given in your NCERT text. While preparing the necessary subsidiary books, orient with the problem which has been already given. The first step is that read out the transactions correctly, understand properly, enter the transaction in the concerned subsidiary book rightly. Then your answer will be accurate. ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಲೆಕ್ಕವನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅವನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಂಡ ನಂತರ ಯಾವ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಮೂದಿಸಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಮೂದಿಸಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಸರಿಯಾದ ಉಪಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು, ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಬುಕ್ಸನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಂತವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಲೆಕ್ಕವನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದಿ ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮನ್ನು ಓದುವಾಗ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ನೀವು ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಬಹಳ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬಹು ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಉತ್ತರ ಪತ್ರಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯುತ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಲೆಕ್ಕವನ್ನು ಓದಿದ ನಂತರ ಯಾವ ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಬುಕ್ಕನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಎಂದು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ ನಂತರ ನೀವು ಆ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಬುಕ್ಸನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 4 ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಬುಕ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ 4 ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಬುಕ್ಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಸ್ ಬುಕ್, ಸಬ್ಸಿಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಚೇಸಸ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಬುಕ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ಬುಕ್, ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಬುಕ್. ಈ 4 ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಬುಕ್ಸನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈ 4 ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಬುಕ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುವ ವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹಿಂದಿನ ತರಗತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ದ ಲೇಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ 4 ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಬುಕ್ಸ್. ದೆನ್ enter the transaction one by one in the concerned related subsidiary books properly. After understanding the problem by reading the transaction which has been already given, open all the necessary subsidiary books and draft the layout of the concerned subsidiary books, divide the columns, enter the columns with proper headings, and then you move on to prepare the subsidiary books. Open purchases book, enter the date in date column, write the invoice number in second column, then third column is to be used to write particulars or name of the supplier, fourth column represents ledger folio number, and in fifth column you are going to enter the amount. After purchases book, next you open purchases return book and sales book as well as sales returns book. ಈ 4 ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ಓದಿ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮೂದಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದರೆ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿತಿನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್.